We've just traveled 7,000 miles to the wilds of Asia. And I'm looking for 2 deer species and an antelope species. Little guy with the white belly is a black buck antelope. Smallest antelope species in Asia. Fully grown, 2.5 feet at the shoulder. Males have horns, females do not. We'll catch up with the rest of the deer and antelope in 5 to 6 minutes. They've migrated over that hill to our left. In the meantime, these huts tell an important conservation story. He's got to sit. Thank you. Little guys that live in and around the huts are Indian muntjac deer.
Farmers in Indonesia live closely with wild animals, like elephants, which we will see shortly. WCS field staff work with local leaders and farmers in Indonesia
Here he
to
comes.
come up with a crop protection unit. This unit created many different ways for farming to continue in close proximity of wild animals. One strategy was to soak ropes in chili powder and place them around the crops. Elephants do not like chili and leave the farms alone, allowing the farmer and the animals to share the habitat peacefully.
We all know that an animal that's extinct is no longer with us, like the dinosaur and the dodo bird. The animals in our next exhibit were completely extinct in nature and could only be found in zoos. We're talking about the Mongolian wild horse, or Przewalski's horse. While there are genetic differences between wild horses and domestic horses, there are physical differences as well. They're shorter and stockier in build. They have an erect mane that's lacking the forelock, the piece of mane that falls between the eyes of a domestic horse. They're rocking the mohawk. They were born genetically awesome. Remain seated, please. Sit down, please. Gotta sit down. We're now going to hear from us in the heart of an urban setting. But shortly behind us, you're going to hear the roar from the concrete jungle, known as the Bronx River Parkway. The large wooden fence in front of you obstructing your view is put there to keep back that traffic noise and help our animals feel more at home and calm. This is especially important since in the next exhibit, we're on the lookout for a tiger. Not eat again for 3 days. That's the equivalent of 160 hamburgers to you and I. If you ate 160 hamburgers, you wouldn't eat for 3 days either. He did sit down for us. Good boy. Tiger stripes are like fingerprints, no two are alike. That's how we tell our tigers apart. And they're solitary creatures that prefer to live alone. That's why you'll only see one at a time on display here at the Wild Asia Monorail. We don't want them fighting over territory. On your next visit to the Bronx Zoo, be sure to visit Tiger Mountain, a short shuttle ride from the monorail. Last train, Anakin. You can go to bed now. He's hungry. That's how we bring them in at night. We feed them. That's how my wife gets me to come home. Yeah, smaller portions. Here's your up close.
The curved one is a lady. The curved one is
I'm going to creep along because some of them are very close to the tracks. They're like right here.
They're strong here. You can get up and let's see.
Those horns could do some damage. Oh, there is the baby calf right there by the tree. Oh, the second time we've seen it today. We're now at the back of our first meadow, plain in the Hindi language, as males will have 12 to 14 points on their antlers. Little guys with the white bellies are black buck antelope, smallest antelope species in Asia. Fully grown, 2.5 feet at the shoulder. Males have horns, females do not. And little spotted deers and axis deer. Axis deer keep their spots their entire adult lives. We've exhibited axis deer since 1899. More Barasinga down here on the road. And another black buck antelope. Now as you round this bend, I want to remind you pounds. She eats fruits, vegetables, 200 pounds of hay, and 60 gallons of water each day. The elephant's trunk is an incredible tool with over 40,000 muscles in it. That's more than the entire human body. It's got a finger-like appendage at the end. With it, she can pick up an egg without breaking it, or tear down a small tree with great force. And if you saw the Animal Planet show, The Zoo, you know that twice a week she receives special baths and pedicures. She has an Olympic-sized swimming pool that she only uses when it rains, and the tree to the left is her elephant-sized back scratcher. As we say goodbye to Patty, we're going to be on the lookout for my favorite lady at the zoo, and that's Callie, our Indian rhino. There's some... Come on. Give me a break. Please sit down. Callie, back up so they can see you. Come on. Good girl. Almost. There she goes. Come on, Callie. Thank you. Many people describe a rhino's skin as armor-plated. It's actually very thin with lots of folds and needs protection from insect bites.